Hello to my Cancers and happy birthday to each and every one of you Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, let's get right into it. Happy birthday, Cancers. Hopefully, you all are having a great day, or at least that's what you spoke into the universe, and it's coming back out, coming back to you. I start each day with a positive attitude. That's nice, right? Right. Start each day with a positive attitude. All right, let's do it. Pull an angel number. We're in the new moon phase. That's right, new moon in Cancer phase. The moon is still in Gemini. And so the parts of your body that it could be affecting, still affecting, if it's affecting your body, letting you know that maybe you need to pour into yourself more. It could be affecting your shoulders, your arms, your hands, bronchial tubes, and your lungs. You want to pay attention to your physical body. Because then, if not, then it'll start affecting your. It could start affecting your stomach, your breast, your womb, ovary area. Like it's time to create some time to go in. Go into your shell and start really pouring into you. Right. Let's get into it. 701, angelic company. You are being protected. Your angels see the struggle that you're undergoing presently, and they want you to feel their loving presence supporting you. Call upon them to show themselves to you in signs and messages today, and in the love and compassion of those around you. Ask them to show you their love now and believe it when you see it, right? Believe it when you see it. You're closing out a cycle. With possibly an energy that talked to you like you were foolish, right? And you're embarking on this new journey, right? Because we're talking about this right here, right? Talk to you like you were a fool, and and you're embarking on a new journey, right? And you're not, obviously you're not. So let's get into it. I have some questions for you I'm gonna give you the questions for the moon in Gemini, um, which you already have. And I'll give you the questions for the moon in Cancer too, if you all want those. So while I'm shuffling the cards, I've already prayed over everyone's cards. Questions for the moon in Gemini. Since Gemini loves to learn, we're not talking about a person that's a Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the communication, the messenger planet. And so you've learned lessons from the past when people talk to you like you're a fool, you know. Source is saying to just go ahead and close out a cycle. Go ahead and close out a cycle. Source made something make sense. They're starting each day with a positive day. You don't need that negativity in your life. And it's up to them. It's up to them. The other side of 7 would be 4. It's up to them. You can pray for people and just keep it moving forward. And so source is saying some energies could be around some people who have a God complex, and you're just enlightening yourself. This is 4, and 7 would be 11. And again, you're getting off the fence. You don't want to find out that you have people's backs and they end up stabbing you in the back. So you're closing out a cycle and you're moving on. So that's good for you, right? Good for you. So your spirit is telling you to close out a cycle. There's some people who really believe that you're on some kind of a high horse. I mean, maybe y'all do have a horse. I don't know. Maybe y'all got a horse in a stable in the backyard somewhere. Who knows? Maybe y'all at a barn or something. It wouldn't even matter, because if people think that you think you better than somebody else, that's their thoughts. That's something that somebody could have been making up in their mind. Who knows? Anyway, that's not what this reading is about. The reading is high vibrational. You start each day with a positive attitude. The end of that. Yeah, you're just cutting ties. Somebody is going back through their memory. You're just going back through your memory because you're asking, what is the motive? Like, what would be the motive? What would be the motive that somebody's talking to you? Why would somebody, talk to you like you're a fool? Right? So you're somebody just cutting their losses. And speaking of cutting, I put a cord cutting on my TikTok, and then also on my YouTube my YouTube. Yeah, something has ended. You've already cut ties. You're on the rebirth side. Yeah, you're already on the rebirth side. So you're starting each day with a positive attitude. No. Yeah. Here's the 7 of Cups here. Yeah, 7 of Cups here. So the devil really is in the details. It really is. You've already closed out a cycle. Somebody wants to talk to you, okay? After they thought they got away with something. But see what's happening here, somebody treated you like you didn't have a spine. You all are real sweethearts, right? See, but snakes do have a spine, right? There's two snakes on the medical symbol, right? Somebody literally treated you like you were feeble minded, like somebody believed what they heard. They didn't ask why, they didn't ask no questions, no nothing. They went right into thinking that you just didn't have a brain in your head. They didn't ask the motive, no nothing. So they could have been in a poisonous environment, and this is where you're rising above judgment here. The judgment card, which is Pluto, is the outermost planet. So they must have been around a group of people who told them, oh, we think that, something's wrong, with cancer, and, we want to get cancer some help or whatever. Who knows what people say, child? Who knows what people are talking about? Anyway, bottom line is that you're in angelic company. You're being protected. So start each day with a positive attitude. People think people who are sweethearts, I don't know why people still associate kind people with not being smart. Like, what? You cutting ties. You have an idea of who's behind it, the spirit of the energies that's behind it. There's a fire sign behind it. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius behind something. Somebody who's had a God complex that's connected to a family with money. There it is. It's the whole reading right there. That's the whole reading. Right? That's the whole reading. Whether it's a work family that has money, and somebody just wanted to be a part of something, and they just, but people are realizing now that you've already cut tie. They kind of out here by themselves. Whoever this is, they just kind of out here. Whoever it is, they just kind of out here. So I don't know who this is, but they're really not out here. They by themselves. Nobody is out here by themselves. You have had some kind of awakening, eye-opening awakening, right? You're a prayer warrior. Yeah, you're a prayer warrior. So somebody's having a tower moment. These two cards right here, two energies are having a tower moment. Two energies are having an awakening, a tower moment. hmm Yep, they're having some kind of a tower moment. But something has come to an end. Something has come to an end. So you're praying for somebody's strength. You're praying for somebody's strength. Because meek does not mean weak. And that's why people were looking at you like, okay, you're meek, but you're not a weak person, right? You're down to earth. You're relatable, whoever you are. People do hold you in high regard, whoever you are. You've gone down a path. Yeah, somebody wants back into your space. But as far as you're concerned, yeah, two energies, they want back into your space. They want you to be a part of the family again, whoever these energies are. So if you're okay, let me slow down for a second. If you're married or you have a partner or in some way, shape, form, or fashion, these energies kind of want to welcome you back into the fold. Something about your mind is like, okay, why? Why? Because they're having a tower moment because you are such a positive energy. Okay, the mic went out. I know somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, we lost sound. We lost sound." I'm going to put in the comments section. If you lost sound, it was temporary. Go back and play it. I'm gonna put in the comments section. If you lost sound, it was temporary. Okay. Yeah, if you lost sound, it's temporary. I just gotta say that because I just now noticed that the microphone, the battery went out. So I had to do a quick switch quick change. But yeah, looking at your cards here, what I said is, in case I repeat this, is I don't want to have to go back and edit this. Look, what I said is that for some of you all, some of your job family who didn't appreciate you, now all of a sudden want you back, right? They want you back in the fold because they realize, and by any means necessary, they having a tower moment. They having some kind of an awakening that they could not stop because you know your worth and you know your value. They realizing, oh shoot, we made a mistake. Okay, they made a mistake. That's not yours. That's not your mistake. They made a mistake. You know your worth and you know your value. You know who you are. They're too busy trying to do stuff to end you. They do too busy trying to do stuff to end you. The pen is mightier than the sword, trying to sign off on stuff, trying to mess your life up. They too busy trying to, talk about you and talk about your past and this and that. You know, making up, creating lies. You drink. I mean, they were flipping over every kind of bowl. You drink. You out here being promiscuous. You on some kind of substance. Somebody cooking up in the lab. Somebody made in the bushes in the street. They made when I say they done said everything. Look, and you know who's behind it. Somebody that you know that they like to create stuff. They just like to just lie. They like to lie like a rug, just because they want to be a part of something. And now all of a sudden, people are looking at them like, you let that employee go, you let that man or woman go out of your life. They're looking at them like, you must be a fool. Oh, no, because somebody knows your worth because people hold you in high regard and high honor. I'm trying to tell you, Cancer. People are like, this person must be crazy. They saying to you, hey, soon as you cut them off, somebody getting ready to hire you, somebody about to wife or husband you up, somebody about to love you the way you deserve to be loved. They're like, oh no, nah. The scales from your eyes have been removed. You're not spineless. That's what somebody thought you were. They called you a spineless snake. You said, you know what, on that medical symbol, there's the duality, right? That's what I did for this summer solstice series. I'm having the duality of animals, and of course, the snake is a reptile, and so yeah, the duality of that. So I'm sharing with y'all for two reasons, because a lot of people are getting outside doing things like, be careful. You're sitting there laying your plate, on a lower, like, maybe you have a short table or something outside, and you're putting your plate outside, and you get up and walk away. You're still outside. You have wildlife out there. You got to protect yourself. People are just going outside covering themselves with bug spray. Okay. How is that going to work out for you if a bear or something comes from out of the woods with that big nose sniffing and like, I'm smelling cookout food. So you got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. Right? Somebody said, yeah, people are having a tower moment. People are having a tower moment. Like, oh my God, what in the world did we get ourselves wrapped up into? Yeah. So, yeah, they did something behind your back. They were exposed as being enemies. They were exposed as being enemies for something that they did. Something very dark and sinister. Two energies were exposed as being enemies for doing something dark and sinister, and they dragged the third energy into it. They dragged somebody's child into it. However, they drag somebody's child into it, whether it's a little child or an adult child, somebody's child was dragged into something. They did something sinister, and something has been overwhelming, like the evidence. So, source is saying to you, the energies didn't get away with anything. They didn't get away with anything at all. You just keep your vibrations high. These are the same energies that was just, having a good old time with you, right? Having a good old time with you, right? Baited somebody into something. So source is saying to you, you have new and exuberant love coming across your path. Some of you all, you have a new job coming across your path. Again, this whole reading is asking the question, why would you go back? This is about motive. There was no reason why these energies fired you. There was no reason why these energies decided to cancel you or create some kind of chaos and confusion in your life and to drag somebody's kids or family or whatever into something. No. No. So no. All because somebody thought you was on some kind of a high horse. That's what I said when I first pulled the cards. Somebody wanted to knock you down a peg, like knock you off of your high horse. This is somebody that you were married to in business and or in love. So if you're married to your person now, that's not your person, right? Um, but it could have been somebody you were. When I say like married in business, it's like contractual agreement, right? So somebody really, really wanted to just kind of sort of like overwhelm you or knock you down to size in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But see, you learn how to transmute that energy, that negative energy. You like, you too high vibrational for that. Nope, because you are down to earth and you're relatable, and you know your worth and you know your value. So somewhere in your family bloodline, somebody instilled something in you when you were very, very early, very young, of knowing your worth and knowing your value. Whoever this energy is, they instill something in you very early on in your life. And so, yeah, two energies, they instill something in you very early on in your life. They planted that seed and somebody watered that seed. However, they watered the seed, they could have watered the seed with just love and just, like giving you affection. And, maybe, they told you how attractive you were. Something is going on here that you're not going to stay in any relationship. I'm telling you, you're not going to stay on a job. You're not going to stay. Somebody may bait you into something, but you're not going to stay long. Mm-mm. You ain't gonna stay long. Once you realize somebody's manipulating you, you're like, I'm out. Bye bye. So emotionally, with your gifts, you have hit the jackpot. You have hit the jackpot. Yeah, some people want back into your space now. How do they want back in Cancer space? How do they want back in Cancer space? First question for you all is, and I'm asking the cards this, but the case study wants to write down the questions. First question is, do you feel there's an area in your life in need of radical change, like your work life, your relationships, well-being, and your home life? Um, This could be it. This is the first card that came out the deck. Learning how to cut people off. Once you sit down and go back into your shell and start going back through your memory of just like, you know, of maybe how people speak to you and they thought they got away with speaking to you a certain kind of way. And you was like, you know what? Mm-mm. Two energies spoke to you a certain kind of way and they were disrespectful to you. And, there was no reason for that. You were really a sweetheart to these energies. There was just really no reason for that. And so they thought they had gotten away with it. What I'm hearing in the spirit realm for you all cancers is they'll need you before you need them. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe that's not how you talk, but that's what I'm hearing in the spirit realm, right? And they want to come back like nothing happened, whoever these energies are. So whoever they are, you praying for them, but somebody was definitely overtaken by their demons. It was at the Knight of our Cups here. Yeah. Somebody wished, whoever this energy is, wished that they had walked away from something in hindsight. Two energies wish they had walked away from a master manipulator in hindsight. They wish, they were like, oh my God, I wish I had seen, I didn't see it. Because something was created. Something was actually, you had created something, whether you're a business owner or something, Cancer, you actually had created something for this was a legacy. You were creating a legacy. Something you were doing, you were creating a legacy for these energies here. So they wouldn't have to fall into some kind of like people talking about them behind whoever these energies, you were creating a legacy. So you could have been creating a legacy for your kids or someone else's kids or for your spouse or if they have kids or for your partner or if they have kids or for family members or whoever. I don't know who you was creating a legacy for, but these energies, yeah. Some people right now are having a double tower moment because now they're starting to remember, oh my God. Now they are starting to remember, oh my God, Cancer is really a sweetheart. They really do have a big heart. Now they feel like, okay, they hit the jackpot with you because you are genuinely a compassionate person. And because people are now starting to speak, like, what? Child, now when you're talking to them on the phone or video phone or whatever, you're doing the mannequin challenge. So like, are there technical difficulties? Listen, you doing the mannequin challenge. You just sitting there like this. They sitting there pressing in their phone, looking at the phone. Is there something wrong with the phone? Something wrong with the phone? You just moving on. You don't have time for that. They already didn't try to assassinate your character. You moving on. Cord cutting ceremony. You're gonna hear me say that several times throughout the reading. Cord cutting ceremony. You moving on. You asking motive. Cord cutting. Three of Pentacles here. You already aligned. Somebody has a leadership position coming their way. Yeah, you have a leadership position coming up. That's what I'm saying. Somebody could be celebrating something as far as work is concerned, because people do hold you in high regard. But you have a leadership position coming up. But yeah, somebody was disrespectful to you in the workplace or something, but now people want to reconnect with you. This is this is several people actually. Hmm. I feel like some people are just now starting to wake up. Okay, so we're in the 6th month, getting ready to move into the 7th month of that's what something is making sense. So we're in the 6th month. So some people have been just kind of some things have been building up for some people. But yeah, you've already moved on. Some things have been building up for some people. People are just now really realizing in terms of duality here, like the duality of like somebody like for instance what I'm seeing here for you all, Cancer, because somebody has new love coming across their path. It's almost like a person has like there was a delay in somebody realizing that you really was everything that they prayed for. That's what this is. Like you was everything that they prayed for. And now they want to be a part of your team. It's almost like somebody now is saying, I wish I could have kicked myself. But see, they were a part of a karmic couple. That's why you're not judging anybody, because everybody has been there. Sometimes you don't realize, like, oh man, you know what? That was a good job until after you left the job. You're like, I can't believe I let, those colleagues or whatever influence me, whatever, until you're out the job, right? So source is saying to you, something was just overwhelming. Something was just overwhelming. Yeah, but somebody really, I mean, by any when where's the card here? Was hidden in the Tower card, the Death card. I feel like either somebody is on their deathbed or something. Like something realized somebody the energies now realize something is just over. It's over. The towers that they try to cause you, it just didn't work. And they're realizing, wow, they want to partner with you and somebody else. Somebody realized now they really want to partner with you and somebody else. Oh, this could just be you, because this connects it to Gemini. And this is a one whole energy, your divine masculine to your divine feminine. Somebody's realizing that you are whole and complete. Like something about your energy, Cancer, is like what's give people now that you don't really need anybody, that it's really just more or less like um you would be the type of a spouse or I'm just gonna say spouse, like you're the kind of marrying type in business and or in love, that you're a person who does not need to be micromanaged in business, and then in a relationship, somebody could go away, like maybe they're deployed, or maybe they're, they have to travel for work or whatever. And the person wouldn't have to worry about how the bills are going to get paid, because you don't have a problem working. Like you'll roll up your sleeve and go to work, right? So somebody is realizing you that one, like you that person. You're dealing with somebody who don't trust their first mind, and they can't figure out for the life of them why you moved on. Here's the Page of Cups here. So they get the message loud and clear. They get the message loud and clear that you love somebody deep. Like you really, really love somebody deep. So it is so you're creating something new. So this is again, this could be new love for somebody. So yeah, you love somebody. Do somebody? It's like somebody just could not get it. Like somebody, it's what I feel like I'm dealing with here. It's almost like if it's a work situation, Cancer. Looking at your cards, I'm gonna give you all the rest of the questions here. If it's a work situation, looking at your cards here, it's almost like other higher up level managers would have had to say to this person, "You let this employee go, and you hired this person in your place. Something has to be wrong. Like, were y'all sleeping together? I mean, like somebody is having a very real conversation with somebody. Like, you let this employee go. Somebody had to be sleeping with somebody. It's that kind of conversation. Like this person been messing up. I mean, no wonder stuff been messed up, right? Because you were so structured and so authoritative. This is in the workplace. Somebody like this person should have been in a leadership position. They should have been such and such. I can't even believe it. Somebody had to be sleeping with somebody else. They had to be under some kind of incubus or succubus spell. That's in the workplace, right? But you're not coming back. You got new coming across your path. Right now, somebody's looking at somebody's resume right now, like, okay, hold on. They checking your references right now, like, okay, they didn't hit the freaking jackpot. They so glad you left a particular position. They can't wait to scoop you up. So you better know your worth and you better know your value when you go in and negotiate new salary. Okay, whoever you are, whatever you left off making, you better add whatever the rate is now. Don't you go in there talking about, well, I just need a little bit to get by. You can say that if you want. Let me negotiate your salary for you. But anyway, sources saying to you, somebody need to yeah, some people are now like, oh my God. And for some of you all who were in romantic relationships with somebody, what they got after you, they literally wake up every single somebody got into a relationship with their karma. I can't say it no clearer than that. That person sitting around, all they have to offer them is, you know, what's going on between the sheets. That's it. They not lifting a finger to do nothing. Okay. Some of these energies that abandon you behind, talked about you behind your back, try to end you behind your back, they wishing to the heavens above. I know it sounds dramatic, y'all, but this this is what I'm picking up in your reading. Child, these people are crazy. Listen, and then they had the nerve to say something was wrong with you. You were just around energy vampires. Listen, with your high priestess self, with your light high priestess self. Listen, Cancer. Listen, y'all on top of it. Y'all are on top of it. Y'all on top of it. You wish you had walked away sooner. So you got some good news coming in, because with this nostalgia, somebody is just remembering your worth and your value and like maybe how you grew up. Somebody has been rich from day one. You've been rich from the day one. Somebody was dealing with two snakes. Somebody was dealing with two snakes who now all of a sudden want back into your energy. Nope. Don't drink that poison. Don't drink that poison. They are very impulsive. Very impulsive. Very impulsive. Because now that these energies have been cut off, now all of a sudden everybody's asking why. Well, what was all the reason for all of this? What was all the reason for all of this going on? Somebody's ego. Somebody's ego. They felt like something was their way or the highway. They've been wanting the center of attention from the very beginning. Whoever this couple is, been wanting the center of attention by any means necessary, dragging whoever and whatever. Chain reaction. Behold, beauty. When you insist that the world is hostile and others are your enemies, don't be surprised that it is. So self-fulfilling prophecies fortunately work both ways. I'm telling y'all, it has been to your benefit to learn how to transmute energies. This ace and six of swords is seven. You close something out because you're like, you know what? I'm leaving all. I would rather leave all of that energy behind in the spirit and in the physical realm. I would rather leave all of it behind. I don't want it in my house. I don't want it around me. I don't want it anywhere connected to me. I would rather embark on a whole new journey than even be connected to any part of that. Yep. So yeah. Yeah, that's why you learn how to rise above the judgment. You like you don't care what people say or think. I don't want to be connected to that. Yep. So either this is you as one person, or this is you and someone else. But remember who you are. That's right. You carry stardust in your bones, your ancestors, wisdom in your blood, and the whole universe in your soul. Know yourself, and nothing will bring you down. See all of this water here? There was somebody who stepped up to the plate and said they feel like, is this? I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen, if this is a romantic relationship, somebody saw you. Okay, I got to slow down for a second because it's like a drama series. Somebody looked at you and went, because they heard that you was a snake. Okay, that you was a spineless snake, right? But somebody else who have been around. See, that's why you can't say. I'm telling y'all, Cancer. I know we sitting around like we talking about like a bonfire. I'm telling you, that's why you gotta be careful of calling people master manipulators, because somebody who saw you or talked to you or had some kind of communication with you sitting around like, wait a minute, this person is really, these people created all of this stuff about Cancer. Then he realized Cancer could have saved them from some stuff. Oh no. Somebody is so interested in you right now, Cancer. If you're single, somebody is so interested in you right now, they can barely contain it. They would have no problem. You are not meant to struggle and fight your way through. Somebody really wants to spoil you. I mean, for real. Whoever you are, drop the concerns of your ego and watch imaginary walls crumble away. You've already won. Somebody won when they came out the womb. I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody won when they came out the womb. Somebody is about to, I'm telling you, hold you in high regard. Mm-mm-mm. Second question. What is getting in the way of you changing your story? Third question is, how could you inject more childlike curiosity into your life? And then fourth question is, who are the five people who you can get in touch with who could help you on your journey? So I'm sorry, ladies, people out here for you. Somebody took one look at you and like, okay, listen, I'm not judging nobody by their past. I'm telling y'all exactly what they said. They're not judging you by your past because everybody has a past. They like what they see. They heard all this mess about. They ain't going by all of that because they already know what certain communities are all about. They started watching you because people start passing your information around. So however they watching you, whether it's watching you in the workplace, everybody don't have a YouTube channel. So however they watching you or whatever they heard or whatever about you, whatever idea they had about you, they now realize, you know what? This person was baited into something. Especially if you and somebody else are new to a particular geographical area, they were like, oh, we familiar with that. They bait people into that kind of mess all the time. We familiar with that. I'm telling y'all, somebody is getting married. Somebody's getting married. Their family gonna treat you right. They're gonna protect you. Whoever this energy is, they're gonna really, really protect you and hold you in high honor. They are team you. They are team you. So it's time to act. That's right. And your action is prayer. That is your action is prayer. You don't have to know everything in advance. Take the first step and watch it all unfold. You can deal with whatever your path reveals. You are ready. Matter of fact, somebody may have already talked to the person. The person may have even listen, somebody already asked about you. Listen, Cassie, somebody already asked about you. They already said, is that anybody know who is that? What, somebody looking for you? They like, okay, anybody know anything about Cancer? Somebody was like, well, yeah, some people are talking about you. Listen, two attorneys or a judge or somebody having to do with the legal system already gave them a lowdown in the scoop about such and such, about everything. They were like, what? Oh my God. Oh no. And they single. So you decide when you give yourself freely, you expand your energy. If you only give to get, it will be a burden or drain. Be genuine, give from your heart. Yeah. hmm Somebody already came in contact with this energy already in some way, shape, form, or fashion because somebody asked about you and they really, really want to take you out. They want to kind of like wine and dine you, and they legit. They are really legit because somebody has dealt with this inverted Knight of Cups, jealous energies who saw you as like, okay, they saw you as smart, they saw you as very competitive. Somebody's dealt with so many energy vampires in the past that if somebody couldn't tell, the top from the bottom. You didn't know what was going on. So something in you had just died. Really, I mean, something in somebody had just died. Looking at your cards here, after being baited into something, and for you and somebody, y'all both are just like, mm-mm. So yeah, you're gonna have to really pour into yourself. But the door is open. The door is open. Pure intention can open doors in the universe and make the impossible possible. Believe deeply in goodness and watch the magic happen. Somebody's job is about to come through. You're gonna feel like this job coming through for you for somebody is a bait and switch. But I'm trying to tell you, people are like looking at what you bring into the table and wondering what in tarnation is wrong with the people that you left behind. Like they're looking at them people like those. Mm-mm-mm. All right, cancers, keep on being sweethearts. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I feel like a lot of people have been transmuting energy and didn't even realize that negative energy have been doing it, practically your whole life and didn't even realize what you were doing. Yeah, you poured out a lot, but you won't be. Listen, now it's time for you to be in receiving mode. Somebody really, really wants to take care of you. They're really kind-hearted energy, very kind-hearted energy. So I'm gonna tell you, you won't be going back to certain energies, even if you saw a pig fly through the sky. There's a son of coins here. hmm Yep. So, yeah, certain things you won't be going back to because um, you have enough. Hold on. Where's the card? Yeah, yeah. You cutting ties with certain energies. Yeah, because looking at your cards here, certain energies decided to team up with energies who look down on you for whatever reason. They look down on you. They decided to team up with other energies, and so yeah, you're closing out a cycle. Somebody wanted to make somebody look like they were mentally unstable. For real. That's what all this water is out here, like you were mentally unstable. Like when you see all of these bowls here, well, this is water creativity, right? You would never feel nurtured in whatever this community is, never feel nurtured with all the stuff that was created. Yeah. And now somebody else is holding it and they are overwhelmed with their holding. They are with all of these whoever this energy is, energy vampires in the work world for somebody. This is I don't know who I'm talking to when I say this. Somebody left a job, either you left a job or was terminated under some kind of craziness, who knows, some kind of spiritually illegal mess or the physical illegal. It's probably illegal whatever they did anyway, but you moved on, you created a life for yourself, whatever. You're not worried about it. But what happened, looking at your cards here, is they try to somebody's job try to flip this and say that you were a snake, right? They try to create every kind of lie under the sun. None of that stuff worked. Um, and Because they wanted somebody else in the position, right? Because somebody's manager was sleeping with an employee. Somebody's manager was sleeping with an employee. And it's something that you saw, like somebody saw, see, wait a minute. See this ladder right here? Somebody used to work with two people that would do anything to get up a ladder, right? But they're both, right? So, but they played like one seemed like they were good. But the master manipulator was the one This master manipulator actually was married to, well, either is or was married to somebody. Like, this is the type of person that if you work with this type of person, they will have like pictures of them and their spouse on the desk while they having affairs all over the office, right? It's just a mess. Lord have mercy. But then we'll turn around and call you a snake because you won't sleep with them, right? That's what this is, right? But the person that they put in your position, the person that they put in your position, like they was saving something, right? They always like to come through like they the savior, right? They feel like they hit the jackpot. They like, okay, we're gonna put that person in position. We're gonna save the position for this person. They put this person. It could be a man or woman. It doesn't really matter. They wish they had walked away because the tower fell on them, and but they got left holding a bag because the person created a nightmare. Whoever they put, they created a nightmare. That's what their karma. You sailed on quietly. You ain't getting nobody in trouble. If you had, I'm telling you, Cancer, whoever you are, whatever job you work on, if you had told people the truth of the stuff that they did and all that stuff that they created, the tower would have fell a whole lot sooner. But because you're so classy and so down to earth, whoever you are, you could be a man or woman, because you know your worth and your value, you just quietly moved on. Now people want you to be a, they want you to lead, all of this. They talking about leadership positions and stuff for you. Well, how come this person, y'all didn't know? This is what's the scripture? Source has prepared a seat for your enemies to watch you eat. I'm telling y'all, Source has brought all of them close to you so they can all watch you eat. So y'all go look up the scripture. Go look it up, No, in all seriousness, let me look it up. Oh, prepares a tape. Prepare. I want to say it right. Like, let me see. Prepare a table before my enemies. Yep. So Psalm 23:5. Yep. So 5:5. So 2 and 3 is 5. It's like 5:5. At that very moment, these two bullies in your office, whoever these energies are, Source says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. You're in a point of overflow. I'm telling y'all, listen, the next full moon that we have coming up is in Capricorn, and that's a karmic cycle. Something has come full circle. These energies right here that drained you dry of all your creativity, some of y'all created presentations wherever you work. They stole your ideas. Everything you created, they stole your ideas in the workplace. I'm telling y'all, to a point where somebody was like, okay, somebody must be a psychiatrist to psychiatrist. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like psychologist, like the head psychologist to psychologist. Somebody must be connected to somebody who is like the chief psychologist or chief psychiatrist, right? Because the way they playing games up in here in this job, somebody have to be the head of something, like you, just the stuff people getting away with. But whoever they created something for, they were wishing now. They wish they had just walked away. They wish they could. Somebody got left holding the bag. They got left holding the basket. They literally hired their karma. If it was a love situation, they literally married or dated their karma. And that energy ain't going nowhere. You hear what I'm saying? That energy is saying, you're going to have to pay me because I got too much dirt on you. This employee, whoever they hired, they said, no, if you want me out of this position, you're going to have to pay me big bucks, buddy. If it's a love interest, the love interest is like, it's cheaper to keep me. Whether it's a man or woman, somebody saying it's cheaper to keep me. They literally for real left holding the basket. So whoever this is, you free. Father of knives. Yeah, somebody had a father. I don't know whose father this is, but somebody's father used to be like, cut all their ASSs off. Somebody used to think their father was harsh or cruel, but now it's making sense. There it is. That's your reading. That is your reading. Somebody's father making sense. They get the communication is loud and clear now. If you're whether your dad is alive or on this side or other side in spirit, because energy never dies. Whatever you took on that same spirit, you took on that same spirit. You'll cut somebody off in the heart. You like play you like you a fool in your personal, your professional life. You too positive. You too high vibrational for that. You don't need a negative in your life. You good. You already know what it looks like. Yeah, they left somebody holding the bag, holding the basket. Somebody is literally with their karma. Queen of Swords, and that person is sitting somewhere high, perched up. Y'all listen, they sitting somewhere they really on a high horse. That is not done. That's not clean enough. I need more money. I need this. I need that. You gone on with your life. Had nothing to do with it. No, had nothing to do with you. You too busy helping people to adjust their crowns. You really the Queen of Swords. You're logical. You self ruled. Total honesty, perceptiveness, clear mind. You're clear mind. This energy that they're with is a Queen of Swords in reverse. They have rigid logic. They're dishonest. They have no compassion. They're cruel. They're just a cold person. Just a cold person. You moved on. Cold person. And they are left holding that. This person got recordings of them. They got pictures. They got everything under the window. Yeah. They with the Ice Queen, child. So if you had a manager who manipulated you out of your position and you just moved on, listen. They hired an Ice Queen in the position that is taking them for bad. 9 of Wands. So carry on. Carry on, child. Carry on. Yep. So yeah, you won't need to go back. Yeah, you won't need to go back. So yeah, 9 of Wands. You're resilient. Yeah, you the last one standing. Because child, all this stuff that was created, that tower done fell down now. Here we had the 6 of Pentacles here. So you got money coming across your path. You and somebody got money coming across your path because here's a Knight of Pentacles here. The reason why you and somebody have money coming across your path is because you worked hard for everything that you have, and these energies are trying to get you and somebody put out of your home. They wanted to see you and somebody struggling because they thought that you were on your high horse. They thought you and somebody was on their high horse, and you a sweetheart in your home, minding your business, not bothering nobody. So it's either you and your kids, or you and your spouse, or you and somebody they want to see out in the street. So here we have 2 of Pentacles here. So I see your money growing. So again, it's in the spiritual realm, but it's manifesting in the physical. So this is spiritual court, but it's manifesting in the physical, right? So yeah. All I'm saying is for somebody in the workplace, oh my God, whoever manager was this in the workplace who, slither their way to the top. Child. Ooh. The person they got with, when I tell you they did something, and they left this manager with holding the bag because what had happened was, y'all. Let me see, make sure my mic is still on. Looks like what happened is this person was married, or they could still be married. They could still be married. This energy did something that was off limits behind closed doors. They somebody talked about, okay, let me lay this out, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this out because this can get real, like, because what's coming, the downloads that I'm getting, because I got to get everybody else's reading out. These readings could be like an hour without with the downloads that I'm getting coming through. Somebody used to work for somebody who was having an inappropriate affair with an employee in the office. Okay, whoever you are, it could have been a woman having an affair with a man in the office that was inappropriate, but they crossed the line. Okay, that should have never happened. It was inappropriate because it caused a mess with the rest of whoever your colleagues were. It just crossed a mess. It just crossed the line, right? It crossed many lines because this energy, whoever your person was, your manager was, whether a man or woman, they was already married, right? So that was one. And then, but the line that they crossed with someone's child was talking about their karma, the person that they ended up with, talking about the karma behind to the child behind the karma's back. And the child told the karma. The karma was like, "Oh, we playing those games. Okay, tower time." And look at you, Cancer. You just minding your business, just watching the cars. Like, that's what happened after I left that job. Yes, child, that's what happened. Salacious, right? But see, the good thing is that you're high vibrational. None of that touched you. None of it touched you. But yeah, somebody got in a relationship with an ice queen. So put yourself first. Pray and meditate. Dance around your home as if no one is watching. The answers you seek are coming. More money is coming soon. Your gifts have increased. Root chakra cleanse. Somebody's not happy without you. Toss something into a burning bowl. Your well of joy is within you. I'm telling y'all, somebody's job wants them back. Somebody's job wants them back. Some of your friendships want you back because it's a wealth transfer. The wealth of the wicked, they got no rest in trying to demonize you, right? No rest. They couldn't even sleep, tossing and turning. They couldn't even close their eyes good. Source is saying, but it's been transferred to the just. Somebody's job wants them back, and they want you back bad because there's a lot of stuff that's been happening, a bunch of stuff that was created, and people are scrambling right now trying to figure out because that tower is falling, cracks and stuff. because of your, because of your high priestess gift, you called it. You called it all. It's like you just called it all out, Cancer. Whoever you are, you called it all out, child. When I tell about somebody's predictions is on point, you called it all out. So anyway, that's what I have for you. hmm Yeah, now everybody want to come back. They asking why you cut everybody off because that was a pin. Why? Why? Who? Let's go back to the very beginning. What happened? Where did all of this start? That's the other side of seven. Where did all of this start? Was somebody trying to make this person look like a fool? Talking about you, right? They seem like they're a nice person. Like, okay, if people start scrambling and asking questions. What in the world? Who created this catastrophe? All fingers start pointing back to your manager, him or her. hmm So somebody got left holding that basket. And guess who did it? hmm The Ice Queen. Because they wanted their piece of the pie. They wanted the big piece of chicken. They wanted the big piece of chicken. They wanted a piece. They wanted this slice of the pie. They were like, mm-mm. You gonna pay me? Somebody said you gonna pay me one way or the other. Now how I like mine in big bills. Somebody said they want their money in big bills. Um, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. They said no, they want their money in big bills because they mastered their craft. They did what they were supposed to do, and somebody didn't deliver. So they said no. But anyway, so did you. You mastered yours. So yeah. But see, I'm telling you, Cancer, your heart is in the right place. I'm trying to tell. That's what I'm telling people. This in your personal and your professional life. People want you back in their life, Cancer. So anyway, that's what I have for you. My calendar is now open for a couple of, for limited hours. But take the time to do a cord cutting ceremony energetically. You're not tying yourself to these energies anymore. That you've had their backs and they have stabbed you in the back. Those days are over. These are people that you work with, people in your family that said they love you, that they would have your back in situations and they didn't. First time they thought a tower was going to fall on them, they went running out the building like it was a fire. So it's just like, but you stood 10 toes down, you prayed about something, you got structured, and you stayed in your shell. You stayed in your shell at the crossroad, right? Yeah, a lot of people are talking now. See this 5 of 6 right here? A lot of people are talking about them behind their back. A lot of people are talking about them behind their back. A lot of people are saying to them about them now, like this person had to be foolish to let this energy go. This all this stuff that Cancer is doing. Cancer working on this project. They didn't created that. They creating this form of income. It's like income for y'all is coming from streams. Like y'all got stream streams of income coming from here, 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 and here. And somebody looking at them like, are you serious? So your gifts have increased because somebody took the advice of their father, whether your father is still alive or grandfather, or whatever. It may have taken some time, like them clocks on this thing right here. It may have taken some time for you to get it, but whatever time it ticked in or clicked in or whatever, it don't even really matter. Rise above the judgment. Source is saying you got it when you were supposed to get it, and that's all that matters. Your inner strength. That's right. You see this person walking away. That's you. So don't lose yourself in things that you can't change. Focus on the things that you can change, like your attitude, mindset, and energy. You've got everything that you need. It don't matter how long it takes for you to get it, as long as you got it. Somebody's father was no joke. Somebody's father was like coming through with the swords, cut them so and so's off. Now something is making some sense. That's what I have for you, Cancers. So, questions: do you feel there's an area in your life in need of radical change, like your work life, your relationships, well being, or home life? Second question is: what's getting in the way of you changing your story? Third question is: how could you inject more childlike curiosity into your life? And then, fourth question is: who are the 5 people you can get in touch with who can help you on your journey? The thing about Gemini's card is we talking about duality. This is where you turn the light off, relieve their universe, and become enlightened about yours, your light high priestess gifts. Okay, and that's it. That's it, and that's all. Your inner strength. Go within. You have a lot of inner strength. Yep. Pull it up at the root. Pull it up at the root. All these people created all this stuff around you for nothing, all because you didn't moved on with something. They did all of this to assassinate your character. Mm-mm. Sit yourself right there on your throne. Adjust your crown. Adjust your crown. All I got for you. Bye.